Hello you beautiful people and welcome to today's video, which is a DIY. I'm doing this for the first time on YouTube, so we'll see how it goes. And today I want to make a pen from a can and hopefully I'll create some great artwork with it. First I'm going to show you what supplies you're gonna need. First of all, we're gonna need a can, obviously, so here's that. I don't usually buy cans, but for this project I did. You can use whatever can you have around the house, but it's pretty important that it's one of those thinner kind of cans, so because we're gonna cut it and bend it, obviously. Next thing we're going to use is tape. So here's that. And yeah, we're going to use it to glue the pen nib to our pen holder. And the pen holder is what I'm going to show you next. So I'm just going to use this old felted pen that I haven't touched in a year, and I want to use it and nobody wants it, so I'm gonna use this one. And yeah, you can use whatever you want. You can use old but please cleaned chopsticks and something like that, or an old pen like I do. So the next supply we're going to use is a knife and scissors. Ta-da! So yeah, please take some old scissors you don't like anymore and make sure they're pretty nasty as these. And this is a knife I'm going to use. Please be sure to cut only on a cutting mat. That's pretty important so you don't damage your table. And what else? Oh yeah, I'm later going to use this ink I had lying around, but you can use any ink you want for using this pen. And one fun fact about this pen too is that it's usually used for calligraphy because it makes these scratchy, kind of splotchy lines. So yeah, I'm gonna make some great line work with it, I guess. What else is there? Oh yeah, make sure you have some tea in case you're freaking out, and you can take a sip on it and calm down your nerves. Let's start. I'm pretty nervous. So first things first, gonna calm my nervousness and take a nice sip of my vanilla chai tea. Tastes like chai tea and like vanilla. So the first thing we're going to do is to cut open this adorable can with this extremely dangerous knife. Please don't hurt yourself. I hope I cleaned it enough and don't make a mess like I always do. Also, don't hurt yourself on these really sharp edges. And continue with the other end. I would get money back for this. Obviously not now anymore, but yeah, gotta do it for YouTube. Destruction. So now this is our metal, and we're going to make another cut so we can lay flat. And please be careful so don't hurt yourself while cutting this open. These sounds are nasty, I know. Okay. Yeah. It's still a bit water inside. I'm gonna rub this clean. Okay. So we now have the base for our nib, and there are different ways to draw your nib. I'm gonna take the classical way, and I'm gonna use these as a guideline. So let's see. Looks good. Ooh, this is ooh, the sounds. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gonna scrap this pen anyways. So, and we're going to make this shape. This is what we're going to cut out, and this piece needs to wrap around your pen later, and it's being glued, so make sure. Gonna make this a bit wider. It is a bit wider than your pen, not much but a tiny bit. So now I'm going to cut. Oh god, this sound. I'm going to cut this out with my nasty scissors. Ooh, these are pretty sharp. Meow. Can you hear my cat screaming? Whew, I made it. So now I threw something over, like always. And so now we have our base, and I think one side is a bit wider than the other, but we can correct this later if I'm right. So now I'm gonna take this pen, and I'm going to, as you see, I removed the lid, so it's more even, and we're going to bend this in half. I'm going to, so, oh god, I'm gonna need a sip of tea. So we have this pen now, and what we're gonna do now is we are going to glue our nib on the pen holder. Gonna take some tape and tape it on. Don't stick to yourself. Doesn't have to be as beautiful as mine. You want to make sure that you have enough tape. We're now going to cut this shape so it looks like a pen nib. As I said, or did I say it? There are many ways to cut this and many tutorials online, so you can look them up, of course. But I'm gonna use the classical shape I learned in school. Well, it looks good though. Looks kinda nice. So we're gonna put this garbage aside. I can make some more of this, so maybe I'm going to keep it if this one fails miserably. This is also waste, and this can go away. And yeah, so where did I put it? There we go. I made a sketch, and I'm going to try and make some art with this incredibly sharp pen. And yeah, I'm first gonna try out on this scrap piece of paper with my calligraphy ink. It's the red one. Dip it in. Let's see. Well, it seems like I have to adjust this little friend a bit more. looks about right though. Oh yeah, this looks like the pen I know and hated in school because it made these weird noises. But it doesn't look so bad. So you could use this for Inktober if you're on a budget. This is why it's budget crap, because, well, you don't have to buy so many supplies. Maybe a soda can and take a thing that can be used as a pen holder and some tape and some ink you're flying around the house, or some Ecoline, I don't know, some writing ink, and then you're fine to go. So now we're gonna try and make some art, shall we? It's definitely more wonky than a usual dip pen, but you can obviously make some lines with it. So I only used it for calligraphy stuff before, like experimental kind of things, but obviously it's also gonna work as a DIY line art device. So yeah, it's really fun to use actually. I didn't expect it to work that well. I mean, no major splotches so far. I can even make some kind of hatching with it, so it's not that bad. It could be worse. For something I only had to buy a can for. That's really neat. Ooh, there it made a splotch. Ooh, oh no. It's gonna be like a very dark spot though. The only thing that like is a bit is that it kind of cuts a bit into the paper, so you have to use a paper that's a bit more a bit thicker, a bit sturdier, a bit like cartony kind of stuff. All in all, I kind of like it. Didn't expect it to work that well. Oh. She has two different eyebrows now. Let's fix that. Wanting to splotch, but we won't let it do that. Well, I'm really impressed by this device. Well, I wouldn't use it as a regular drawing tool, but for experimentation and a DIY, it's really not that bad. Oh no. No. No, no, no. It's a spotted kitty now, I guess. Gonna make some more spots to cover up the mistake. Yeah. That was totally intentional, of course. Totally wanted to make that splotch. you hold it to the side, you can make these kinda thicker lines, which is why it's actually intended for calligraphy, but we're not gonna use it for that, obviously. Try and get a paper towel later on to wipe these massive splotches away. These noises definitely are something, but nothing nice though. Could have made a nice like landscape drawing where it's not so bad when you mess up on like certain spots because you can like cover them. But no, I had to draw like a cartoon drawing. So yeah. They are not as nice as I bought art supply, of course. Like, ooh, these sounds. They're not as nice as like when you buy a really expensive pen or something, but you can even afford that. I'm going to get some paper towels to wipe off these immense puddles. And by paper towels, I obviously meant paper tissues. So. Ooh, that's a nice effect though. I like it. So guys, the all in all thing is, with this thing you cannot really control it, and it looks like I have stabbed something with it. But it's a really fun project to do, and I would highly recommend you to try it out yourself. And this is what I managed to create with it. It has some funny effects though. Some like, you can see where the nib like scratched into the paper and like hurt it and something. But yeah, it's a real fun project for like literally almost no money. And yeah, that's what I have to say about it. And I highly recommend to try it out yourself. And I thank you very, very much for watching. And if you like, we see each other next time. And until then, remember to do something that makes you happy.